some more.
Hey yo, what's up? This is gamez.for.dayz, and I'm sorry for not uploading for a little bit. I just didn't have time and I just got overwhelmed. But I'm back, and this week's eccentric executioner is our build, the Steamer, the perfect steampunk build. The Steamer is a legendary legacy maker, and he loves the sound of cogs and the hissing of, yes, you guessed it, steam. He goes around the wasteland dealing crazy pipe damage and wreaking havoc of all sorts. Don't forget to follow my Insta in the description if you're king to cogs getting knocked over, fluffy kitten paw prints, or raiders' heads on pikes. Don't forget to check out mcqueens channel if you don't want the Steamer at your door tonight. And don't forget about the timestamps in the description if you want to skip a section or go back to review a section upon returning to the video. But now, our Steamer's backstory. Growing up in Kansas, our Steamer was raised in a generation that was amazed by the power of the atom. He, on the other hand, was more into steam power. Hearing the sounds of cogs whirring and gears turning just gave him more satisfaction than the gentle whir of any atom-powered machine. He spent the majority of his childhood experimenting and creating new wonderful things that drove most kids away, but a select few chose to stay, one of these people being named Nora. The Steamer found her to be very attractive, and when he wasn't wooing her, he was making more inventions to impress her. They dated all through high school, and the Steamer spent some of that time training his toughness. Not getting stronger, just being able to take a hit. When he saw the war with the Chinese was worsening, he made sure Nora was okay with him joining, and they promised to wait on each other. He joined the military, and while the others took laser weapons to battle, he stuck with traditional ballistic weapons. He was sent home with honors and found Nora. They married, had Sean, and then in October 2077, the bombs fell, and off they went to the vault. When emerging, the Steamer will see all the problems the atom caused and will search for any weapons not dealing with laser or plasma damage at all. He'll spend his time helping others, and on a side note, when you're making your character looks, look up steampunk characters, click images, and make it as zany as possible. The stats at the beginning of the game will be 2 strength, 4 perception, 8 endurance, 5 charisma, 3 intelligence, 4 agility, and 2 luck. Don't forget about the links to the guides in the description for the bobbleheads needed, and put the special book into endurance before finding the bobblehead. Strength is here because he was never the sturdiest and always was hands-on instead of hands on any weights outside. Perception is here because he never paid attention to what was going on, and he was only paying attention to his gears and cogs. Endurance is here because he spent all that time training up for a hit, and charisma is here because even though he did charm Nora, he didn't do it solely from his words. Intelligence is here because he can build things, but think about it, all you have to do is put gears together and make them turn. It's kind of like Legos. Agility is here because he was always sitting and never did anything other than train to help his endurance, and luck is here just because. His essential perks are Armorer, Rifleman, or Commando, whichever one you want to use more, but I recommend using both and splitting them evenly 3 and 3. Toughness, Adamantium Skeleton, Solar Powered, Lone Wanderer, Gun Nut, and Gunslinger. Optional perks for this build are Demo Expert, Life Giver, Action Boy, and Bloody Mess. Armorer is taken to ensure that we have the best armor around. Rifleman or Commando is taken so our weapon of choice works to its fullest capacity. Toughness, Adamantium Skeleton, and Solar Powered are all taken so we can take a lot of hits and keep going. Lone Wanderer is taken so we can carry more, deal more damage, and take less damage without companions. And finally, Gunslinger is taken so our pistols are the best they can be. The Steamer will roam the wasteland with no companions, looking for a permanent home. He'll work with the Minutemen to try to rebuild for a little bit, but he won't be intrigued. The railroad is just garbage, and the Brotherhood rely on nothing more than the atom itself, so he'll work with the Institute in the main game. Other than that, he'll go around and try to create peace in every DLC, however you see fit. As for gear, He'll use either a night vision calibrated powerful sniper rifle or a recoil compensating calibrated powerful auto pipe rifle. I recommend using both, but you do however you want. Also carry around a silenced pipe revolver and the railway rifle if you want to. I didn't choose to. I got along fine. For apparel, he'll wear a fancy suit and tie from Nuka World, operator's heavy armor all over, and welding goggles at all times. Oswald's top hat is also available if you want to wear it, but it's not required. It just fits the aesthetic nicely. Also, be sure to make his hair as zany a color as possible. I chose blue. Well, that's been the build, and I hope you enjoyed it. And I know these builds are just getting quicker and quicker, but I don't necessarily like watching a 30-minute build video. So this is kind of something you just be like, oh, and then get it done. So thank you so much for watching, and don't forget about all the other builds I've made in the description, along with a link to Mara McQueen's channel. Please check her out and subscribe, and if you want to see a video talking about the goals I have for this channel the rest of this year, please drop a like. Also, go comment what your favorite steampunk apparel item in the world is. I hope to see you in the next one. Peace.